Caitlin, how are you? Can you hear me okay?
Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations on the win. If
Thanks.
you have questions for Caitlin, please raise your hand and we'll get started here. Go ahead, Jeff Linder.
Yeah, Caitlin, with a couple losses in a row and with trips to Maryland and Rutgers coming up, how important was this win today?
I think it was very important. We were kind of just focused on this game. Obviously, we have those games ahead, but just focused on this game right now and knew that we needed to come in and have a good showing tonight and just get back started on the right track. And I think this was a good win and got us going again.
Isaac, go ahead.
Yeah, can you take us through that fourth quarter comeback?
Yeah, obviously we had a little let up there, and I think they were up by 6. And then we kind of went to a triangle into a defense, and I think it flustered them with 4.5 minutes to go. And credit to our defense, it was super good. We got stops, and then we got easy shots around the rim. And then we ended up, I think it was like 17-2 run, probably ended up being even more than that. So it started on defense again for us, and I think that's just kind of where it's always going to start for us. When we play good defense, we're a great team, and I think that's kind of the message the coaches have been sending to us, and we're getting the message. So that's kind of what we're focusing on. And I think at the end of that fourth quarter, that's what you saw.
John Bonenkamp, go ahead.
What were some things that you guys weren't doing on defense there as they made that run to start the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I think they had a few fast break, easy layups. We didn't have anybody get back, so that kind of hurt us. But honestly, switching up the defenses helps a lot, and Coach Bluter decided to change it there at I think, midway through the fourth, and I think that kind of threw them off, and they weren't expecting it because they hadn't seen that defense all game. So credit to Coach Bluter because that was a great decision there, and I think just Tommy came in and played some really, really good minutes, so credit to her as well.
Jeff Linder.
What was the contributing factor to the big disparity free throw wise? You outscored them 25-5 from the line.
Yeah, I think that was also a focus after last game. I don't think we got to the free throw line nearly as much as we usually do. So Coach Bluter always preaches, get back to the free throw line, get back to the free throw line. And honestly, we're a really, really good shooting free throw team. I'm not sure what our percentage was tonight. I missed some that I should make, but even last game, we didn't shoot it like we usually do. And honestly, that could have changed the outcome of last game. So we shoot free throws every single practice. We're in here working extra, and free throws are easy points. They're free for a reason. So get to the line is what our focus is and has been.
Chloe Peterson, go ahead.
Yeah, you mentioned Tommy on the court, and she's seen some pretty significant minutes the past 2 games. So what can you just say about her efforts?
Yeah, she's came in and gave us great minutes off the bench. I think not only defensively, but I think even offensively, she runs the offense. She knows what she's doing. She cuts hard. She had a huge layup there at the end as well. Not only was her defense, but I think she's just confident. She has experience, which is huge. So just having her come off the bench and give us those great minutes has been really huge for us.
Any further questions for Caitlin? All right. Thanks, Caitlin.
Thank you.
Okay, McKenna, thanks for joining us. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right, so questions, we'll get right to questions. Isaac, go ahead.
Yeah, you made that big three-pointer with about like 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Can you take us through that play?
Mon just got some double teams in the post because she's been doing really amazing, obviously, throughout the year, and just found a open kick out, had a really good pass to me, and just believed in me that I was going to make that shot.
Other questions for Monica? Go ahead, John.
McKenna, what did you McKenna, what did you guys do late in the game there to get that run going?
I think Caitlin talked about it a little bit earlier. I think Coach Bluter had a really good switch in our defense, and that really helped us out too. And I think we all just kind of grinded down and buckled up on defense. That was a big aspect. It really turned into our offense for us, and we've been talking about that throughout this entire year that everything from our defense translates into our offense. And so that was a big key aspect for us.
Go ahead, Jeff Linder.
Yeah, what really made that that rotation at the end work with the 5 you had on the floor there at that critical time?
I give a lot of props to Tomi Taiwo. Obviously, she had some really good defense when she came in, some really lockdown defense. Her girl didn't even see the ball, so I think she did a really amazing job, and I give her a lot of props for that. Our other girls, I think Kate Martin did a really good job containing drives up at the top, which is what we needed at the end. And then I think everyone else just boxed out really well. So I think everyone did a really good job in that defense that we had at the end.
Anything further for McKenna? All right. Thank you, McKenna. Well, wait, we have one more from Jeff Linder. Go ahead, Jeff.
Just the disparity at the free throw line, 25-5. You were 7 for 9. What was kind of the cause for that?
Well, after our Ohio State game, we had kind of a disparity on our side for shooting free throws. I think we had less shots and free throws, and our percentage was just not near as what we wanted it to be. So every day in practice, we work on those free throws. We knew that we can make them. So this game, it was really up to us to kind of attack and get to the free throw line, because I think that's a huge aspect of the game. And I think we're good our free throw shooters. So that was just important for us to do this game.
All right. Thanks, McKenna.
Thank you.
All right, Coach. Can you hear me okay?
I can, Steve. Thank you.
All right. Congratulations. We'll go ahead and let you give your thoughts, and we'll get to questions after that.
Well, I liked the way we closed this game opposed to our last one. So that was nice to see. I think we went on a 17-2 run from the 5-minute mark to about the 18-second mark. I thought McKenna had a great game. Shot the ball well, got offensive rebounds. I've challenged her with that this week, and she responded. She got 3 offensive rebounds, a couple of assists. I thought she had a very, very good game for us. You get to the free throw line, you make 20 more, make 20 more points in the free throw line than your opponent. You better win the game, in my opinion. But we did shoot well from all areas, 2, 3, and the free throw line. But happy with our crashes tonight, especially.
All right. Thanks, Coach. John Bonenkamp, go ahead.
From a confidence standpoint, how important was it to close the game, like you said, after the last game?
Yeah, it was very important. You're exactly right. You could kind of feel our players thinking about, last time. And so it was good that we kind of put a stop to that and came out and finished strong. I'm really happy with our defense down the stretch.
Chloe Peterson, go ahead.
Tomi Taiwo's had some significant minutes the past 2 games, and both Caitlin and McKenna praised her efforts tonight. So what do you have to say about how she did today?
Yeah, I thought Tomi did a really good job defensively for us. That's why she's in there, quite honestly, because she's proving it on the defensive end in practice. I thought Sharon Goodman went in and did some really nice things for us too. She goes 5 for 5 from the line, has a 3-point play. So in really not a lot of minutes, I thought she made a big contribution.
Isaac?
Yeah, I know Caitlin was talking about how everything with this team starts with defense. How do you think that showed in the 4th quarter?
Oh, it definitely showed because, we were down 6 at the 5-minute mark. And then, like I said, they scored 2 points over the next 4.5 minutes. So, that kind of speaks volumes.
Jeff Linder.
Yeah, you go on that run, that 17-2 run with Caitlin on the bench. What does that say going forward? Maybe for some confidence for the other kids, and what was kind of the reasoning for the rotation you had there in that stretch?
Well, I think it does give confidence to the other kids on our team, but I think also, like in that situation, the defense that we were in, the group that we had on the floor was the best for us, and we were, preaching defense at that point. And so I think that, we just had to go with our best defensive team, and that's what we did.
John Bonenkamp.
What did you see that caused you to switch to that defense that you guys used?
Well, I mean, it wasn't working what we were doing basically. So it's like, let's go back and, go back to the play sheet and think of another defense that we can try because, they really hurt our zone early. And then our player was working pretty well in the first half. And in the second half, they were eating that up pretty well. Madison Layton just had a tremendous game against us. She shoots 33% from 3-point range, but which had 7 of them tonight or 6, something like that. It was a high percentage, and we had to keep the ball out of her hands. So we had to do what we could to keep the ball out of her hands and slow the rest of them down. Plus, Fatu was doing a good job in the paint. So we wanted to give a little bit extra help in the paint as well.
Go back to Isaac.
Yeah, one disappointing thing about this game is the turnovers from Iowa. How do you think the team can work on that in the future?
Turnovers are really a hard thing to work on, right? I mean, how do you work on not turning the ball over? To me, it really comes down to a lot of game experience, a lot of game-like repetitions in practice and scrimmage situations and those type of things, because it's not like you're going to sit here and pass the ball back and forth and expect to get better at turnovers. Turnovers are a lot of things. They're timing. It's with your passes. It's, we had a lot of traveling calls tonight. We had an offensive charge or 2 tonight. But the traveling ones and the unforced ones, those are the ones that really bother me. Because, yeah, I understand you're going to have some forced turnovers when teams are really applying pressure defense. But the ones where the ball sails out of bounds, on a pass, that bothers me. Or the traveling, that bothers me. But I need to go back to the film because I think a lot of those were maybe a little bit I don't know. I need to go back and check the film to make sure that those are truly travels.
Any further questions for Coach Bluter? All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Coach.
Guys. All right. Good job, you guys. Thank you.